everyone and welcome to September's Healy Horizon. I'm your host Martina Kling and it is a delight to have you all with us. Our theme for this month is study, job and business, a topic we can all really relate to, one way or another. Whether your kid is back to school in September or you're navigating the challenge and rewards of a job or experiencing the thrill of starting a new business, we all have our unique stories. Personally, my days are packed with loads and loads of emails, calls, executive meetings and responsibilities to address. And efficiency is not optional for me. So I'm grateful for the Healy, which has been a major support in bringing balance to my day and enhancing my productivity. Now, speaking of game changers, we will have a lineup of top-notch speakers for you today. First, we are privileged to welcome none other than Christian Halper. And yes, you heard it right, because if you have been with Healy World for a while, you know that Christian is our co-founder and our owner. He has been a big part of making Healy World the success it is today, and he has got lots to share with us later on. After Christian, we have three ever-inspiring women and Healy World members, Carrie, Rochelle and Fernanda, to share valuable insights around Healy business, but also how Healy as a device is supporting them in their amazing careers. I can't wait for you to hear from each of these incredible speakers. But before we dive into that, let's pause and explore what the Healy is all about. As a multifaceted device, it covers various aspects of our lives, our work life, our workouts, our exterior beauty, our mental balance, our beloved pets, the list goes on. This is, in fact, what initially led to the inspiration also behind this show, behind Healy Horizon, where each episode shines a spotlight on a singular, impactful theme. To understand more about this wonderful device, we have a short video clip for you. Roll the clip.
If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Experience Healy, smart device developed for you to live a balanced life with confidence and comfort. The Healy is a high-tech wearable to support and empower you through a multifaceted approach. It uses individualized microcurrent frequencies, IMF programs, with over 9 million different frequencies designed to promote well-being and vitality. All things in the universe are constantly in motion and vibrate at various frequencies. These frequencies are known to bring form, order, and coherence. Even your body is a system that will only thrive when in natural balance and order. This is where the Healy comes in to harmonize your bioenergetic field. You can operate the device with the Healy app, bringing balance to key aspects of your life. Working, exercising, relaxing, sleeping, and many more. Made in Germany, this innovation was developed by doctors, scientists, and engineers, bringing to life Marcus Schmieka's vision of making holistic health accessible to every human being on this planet. Not only that, the device is also patented and supported by studies designed to fit into your lifestyle. The Healy is compact, travel-friendly, light in weight, and big in impact. Whether you're a holistic health enthusiast, high achiever, or someone aiming to do better, find a sense of belonging in a network of like-minded people seeking a fulfilling future. Healy, frequencies for your life.
Well, wasn't that insightful? And hey, stay tuned to the end of the stream because we've got a giveaway you definitely do not want to miss. We will talk more about the rewards later, but for now, to participate, you need to take a photo of a particular moment of Healy Horizon and share it on your Instagram story, share the link of the stream and tag us with our official channel, Healy World Official. So I would say keep watching, keep sharing. Now, let's kick things off with our first distinguished guest. Since today we are talking about business, and this is also our topic of the month, today we also have a really special guest in the show. Someone who will talk about success with Healy business from a totally different perspective. Recently featured with his vegetarian Michelin star restaurant Tian in Forbes, Christian Halper is not only the co-founder and owner of Healy World, but also bears many roles as an innovative gastronomy entrepreneur and an investor in sustainable technologies and vegan and vegetarian nutritional concepts. Today, he will share with us his vision, his personal motivation and also passion about Healy, as well as touch on the current trends in our holistic health industry. Christian, it is a true pleasure and thank you for joining us today. Please begin, we are all ears.
Martina, thank you very much for your kind introduction. I'm happy to be here today on the Healy Horizon. Well, you might wonder why I started to be co-founder and investor and owner in Healy. I was growing up with a strong interest in technology, and I went to technology schools, learn about biomedical devices and communications engineer. And when I was on the university, there was also the question from us students, what about the effect of electrical current and magnetic fields on the body? And the view of the professors at this time, it's more than 30 years ago, was that, well, it's only warming up the tissue, but there are no other effects. Well, as you probably have experienced yourself with using your smartphone, there are some other effects as well. For example, when I had my smartphone in the right pocket, my right hip was hurting, and when I had in the left pocket, my left hip was hurting. And so there are definitely effects of electromagnetic waves and currents. And the question is it only negative or can it be also positive? And well, there is a lot of evidence that there are positive effects also. It depends on the frequency that is used and on the amount of the intensity, the amplitude, so to speak. It's like with a substance. A substance can be good or can be not so good for the body. It's not just increasing the weight. It depends on the substance, which equals the frequency, and it depends on the amount, which is the amplitude or the current that runs through the body. So I was very happy to discover a company more than 10 years ago that does exactly that, to apply electrical currents on the body to generate positive effects. If we look in the world, what are the trends that are happening that are also connected with Healy? Well, you might have observed there is a trend in the direction of holistic health. That means people want to be healthy and stay healthy. And what can you do to do that? For example, you watch what you eat and what you drink and what you breathe. So whatever you do in your life, it might have an effect on your well-being. So it's important to eat good food, healthy food, do some exercise, and take care of your mental health and well-being. And the Healy can support in this area to help you increase your well-being. For example, several weeks ago, I was a little sad because of a miscommunication with a person I like a lot. And so I thought, let's give it a try. So I ran the Healy program with care and then the Healy program with release. And I felt so much better after that, emotionally balanced again. And something happened definitely within this less than 2 hours that I was using the Healy. You might have also had some similar experiences. I know not only from my life, many such situations, but also from other people's life. So I really believe in the product, in the Healy and the Healy, because I experienced the effect by myself. And I think that's the best way to make a decision, to just find it out for yourself. And then about trends, one more thing. There is, since about 20 years now, there was a huge development in mobile phones. Now we have basically a small computer with us as a smartphone. And based on that, there are not only mobile apps, but also the mobile or the wearable device market is there already quite big, and it's growing with a rate of 15% per year, which is substantial. And the Healy is also in this market group, a wearable device that connects with a mobile phone. So the Healy is in a market segment that's growing a lot, and the trend to holistic health is also there. So I believe that is a very good setup for the success of Healy and to spread such a product to many people around the world. And I want to also give you a tip that helped me in my life to be more happy and more successful. The first step is whenever you do something, especially when you start something new, be aware of what your intention is. And second, also think about what is the higher purpose of what you are doing or what you want to achieve. And in the case of Healy, if we look for the intention, well, Healy World wants to stay true to its mission of providing innovative solutions, promoting a holistic approach to well-being. And as a higher purpose, together we can make a profound difference in the lives of individuals and the health of our planet. So I thank you very much for your intention, and I wish you a great day.
Thank you, Christian, for those insights and also for your mentorship. It really inspires us not only to hear, but also to feel your vision around Healy, and that motivates us simultaneously to be supportive and caring of one another and strive to help to improve lives of others as we grow. Dear viewers, what do you think? Let us know in the chat your favorite takeaways. What inspired you the most from Christian's speech? Because each of us has his or her own story, and we have so many different reasons why we are so passionate about Healy. So let's share and inspire each other, because as you know, sharing is caring. And speaking of sharing and inspiration, last month's My Healy Moment, #MyHealyMoment challenge on Instagram was really filled with posts about adorable animals using Healy, and that was absolutely super sweet, because we had everything. We had cats, dogs, horses, cows, sheep, birds, turtles. Really just amazing to see how animals react on Healy. So thank you all for taking part in it, and this month we invite you to share your moments about study, job and business. What does it mean to you? How does Healy support you? What would you like to share with others? Maybe it brings you more energy. Maybe it brings you more balance. Maybe you are more focused. And you know, the list goes on. So post your Healy moments too, and there is a special prize for the winner. A hand-signed book by the mastermind behind the Healy, Markus Schmieke. Now we are excited to introduce our next speakers, and with them also 3 business perspectives. We invited 3 amazing women to share their passion about Healy business with us, but also how is Healy helping them to perform better at their jobs. First, we have our Healy World member, Vicepresident Carrie Drinkwine, who is a traditional naturopath and certified regenerative health practitioner. She is also a success and freedom coach and owner of Wise Wellness Holistic Clinic and the Institute of Regenerative Health. As she says herself, she is a passionate mamapreneur, and today our dear guest. Carrie, tell us more about your Healy passion.
Hello, my name is Carrie Drinkwine, and I am the owner and founder of Wise Wellness Holistic Clinic, as well as the Institute of Regenerative Health. And really what I do for my work in the world is I train and certify regenerative health practitioners. And I also own a holistic clinic where we really work with getting to the root cause of illness and imbalance in the body that creates diagnoses and symptomology. I really got into this industry and into this field through my own imbalance and illness. So I had 3 autoimmune diseases. I was diagnosed with early onset lupus, Hashimoto, and fibromyalgia, as well as unexplained infertility when I was 30 years old. And I decided in that moment that that was not going to be my trajectory. And I went down this path of learning how to get to the root cause of imbalance in the body. And so that is what we do at my clinic, and that is how I teach my practitioners, is to get to the root cause. In addition to that, I am a Healy World member, and I'm currently a vice president with Healy. And I want to integrate how Healy has really blessed my practice and increased our offerings to our clientele and significantly increased our impact as well. When it comes to the human body, everything comes down to cells. We are around 75 plus trillion cells and 2 fluids. We have a blood system and we have a lymphatic system. Our blood feeds our glands and our organs, and our lymph cleans our glands and our organs. But every single aspect of your body, from your hair to your toes to your organs, is simply comprised of cells. And all dis-ease or imbalance in the body starts at the cellular level. So I started researching frequency years ago, actually with Dr. Carol McMakin, and researching how frequency-specific microcurrent could increase cellular ATP by 500x. And I knew that this was going to be the future of a lot of our protocols. We do work with nutrition and detoxification and redox signaling molecules and activating stem cells in the body. We have a whole amazing toolkit in our clinic. But one of the biggest biohacks that we use is Healy. And the reason for that is understanding how you can use microcurrent frequency and increase cellular ATP by up to 500x. Whenever somebody is dealing with dis-ease or imbalance or symptomology or any sort of diagnoses, what they're dealing with is cellular decline. So at the cellular level, what's actually happening is when we don't have enough ATP in our cells, which is adenosine triphosphate, this is through consumption of foods combined with oxygen, and this equals ATP. Well, when we have a large overwhelm in the body of toxins and acidosis or foods that are really heavily processed or whatever it is, you start to experience cellular ATP decline. So when you have a low level of ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate, this is the energy that runs the cell. This is when you start to have weakened cells. And when cells become weak, their plasma membrane wall becomes weak. And this is when you become susceptible to illness. So when the cell is weak, you become more prone to antigens, pathogens, parasites, or microbes, which can then attach to the cells, take host, and start to cause an array of symptomology in the body. And really through all of my years in the field of regenerative detoxification and regenerative health, it really is about cleaning up the lymphatic system, cleaning up the cells, and restoring vitality and ATP. So frequency to me was a no-brainer. I knew it was the next step in my practice. And I was elated when Healy came out with such a mobile and easily accessible device that not only we can use clinically, but we can also send our clients home with one. In addition to just being able to increase cellular ATP, I also want to make note that there are so many imbalances in the body that are caused by a multitude of things. It's not all just toxicity and chemicals. It can be trapped emotions. It can be cellular memory. It can be genetic memory patterns that are coming through. And so as a practitioner, we are trained to really look at what glands, what organs, what physiology, and what is happening in the biology of the individual. But there's so much that we can't see, right? Like we can't see what's going on in the quantum field. We can't see what's happening in their lineage patterns. And so what I love about Healy and what it's done in my practice is not only be able to help me use microcurrent, increase the ATP in my clientele, but also run very specific programs. Like if I need to work on the liver, I can run Meridian's liver program. If I need to really give the pancreas a boost for healthy digestion, I can do that with the Meridian programs. But outside of that, sometimes as practitioners, we get stuck. And when we get in these spaces where clinically speaking, we've done everything we know how, this is when I know that it's emotional or energetic illness. And we really can have energetic imbalance in our body that will really destroy your bioenergetic field, especially if you have trapped emotions. I always say the issues are stored in the tissues. And there's an entire array of emotions that will actually physically impact the body. So for example, guilt is one of the emotions that deeply affects the pancreas and even the spleen chi. And so this will affect your digestion as well as your immune system function. Forgiveness is the energy of the kidneys. And when you're not letting things go or having a difficult time with moving forward, this is going to impact your digestion. So there's so much going on in the emotional and the energetic body that we often can't access, or people don't know how to let go, or they don't know how to clear these emotions. So I love being able to utilize the Healy to analyze what is happening in this person's body and in their field that could be a causation for their symptomology, and really letting the wisdom of the frequencies work within our clientele and our patients that we see at our clinic. And last but definitely not least, I want to talk about how I use Healy and how I also use this portion of the Healy in my clientele and in some of the patients that I get stuck with. Oftentimes what we're dealing with is more emotional, or like the person's consciousness needs to shift a bit. Well, how do we do that? Nobody really has a guidebook on how to do that. So I love empowering my clients to utilize their Healy and to use the coach and to really type in the things that they are aiming to achieve in their overall wellness and in their lives. And then you can see what is in their field that might be a causation of their inability to transform, or what in their field needs to shift so that they can attain this higher potential of who they are and what their blueprint is and who they're meant to be in the world. So I'll let that be my segue into my favorite portion of the Healy. I actually got the Healy specifically for clinical use. As you've heard, I'm a geek about science and ATP and how to regenerate the body at the cellular level. And that was really my sole purpose. But it turned out that I actually became obsessed with using the coach and the aura, and I use the Healy on a regular basis to support me, my physical body, and my personal goals. I actually purchased the Healy in a really intense time during my career. I am a mother of 5, and I had a 2-year-old and a baby, and I was nursing at the time and building my institute from the ground up. And I knew that I was burning the candle at both ends, and I needed bioenergetic support for myself. So really when I purchased the Healy, it was clinical, but it also was me knowing that I needed that cellular support. It really gave me the support and the boost that I needed to really achieve my goals and to help me keep going and to help me keep focused and have clarity and have the energy that I needed. And now the main way that I use the Healy is really mostly working in the coach, in the aura, and really working on the things that need to shift within me for my world around me to shift. Of course, I still use the resonance analysis regularly to check in with my body and see how I'm doing. but I've just fallen in love with everything that the Healy has to offer. And I want to close out with saying the Healy has opened so many doors on a business level that I didn't anticipate. I actually didn't come into Healy to build a Healy team. I came into Healy to support me and to support my clientele as a tool. And I had no idea that it would be such a blessing for so many people's lives and have the ability to not only transform their health in their homes, but to also transform their wealth and their opportunity. And this has impacted me on such a deep level. I'm able to have so much more financial freedom as a practitioner and as a teacher. And now I have extra time and extra money to do more clinical research with frequency and to travel and to take more programs. And it has just been the biggest blessing. And I'm so proud to be part of this mission to really elevate the consciousness of the planet and to really support each individual with frequencies for their life to create harmony and abundance and balance. Thanks so much for listening. And I hope this inspires you to share Healy with all of your loved ones and beyond.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Really great story, great testimonial, and thank you for sharing this with us today. Next, we will hear from Rochelle Shope. She is a holistic hair stylist, salon owner, and a dedicated Healy practitioner who perfectly balances her business alongside Healy World's vision. And what I personally find super interesting is she integrates Healy device and Make Healy device into her salon routine, because she offers her clients a whole new wellness experience while taking care about their hair. And I mean, how amazing is that? Because doing so, she has the opportunity to share the product story, to talk about Healy and her passion, and on the other side, her clients have the opportunity to test it, feel it, and enjoy the whole new level of wellness. I really, really like it. Great concept. And Rochelle, the stage is yours.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm so excited to share my experience using Healy and how I have weaved it into my business as a salon owner. My name is Rochelle. I'm a holistic hairstylist and salon owner here at Forest and Main Hair Studio. We're located in the Pacific Northwest. So to give you guys some insight on how I ended up here, I've been severely struggling with allergies that I unfortunately developed from all the harmful chemicals that we have to use on the daily as hair artists. I tried everything from wearing a mask before it was even a thing, wearing safety glasses, buying air purifiers, trying allergy medicine, investing in plants to help purify the air, wearing gloves, of course. Just nothing really seemed to help. So that's kind of a big part of what led me to discovering my passion in wanting to make an impact in the hair industry from a holistic, low tox and like a wellness approach, as well as finding new ways to support our clients, because nowadays it seems like everyone has some sort of internal issue that they're trying to work through. And I don't have all the answers, but I'm always learning and searching for new ways. So after investing in my Healy, learning about the impact frequency has on us, because we are electric beings, and then experiencing it for myself, I really just wanted to share the frequency experience with every single person. So that's when I introduced Healy into my salon. We have several Healys here at the salon for our clients to use. We absolutely love the Mag Healy. It's amazing as it supports the salon as a collective. And the professional Healy, which, as you know, is a portable wearable device that allows us to do a resonance analysis, allowing us as hairstylists to support our clients on a much deeper level and in just a very personalized way. So since incorporating this, we have experienced amazing feedback, and in a way, sharing Healy with our clients is just as fulfilling, if not more, than physically doing hair, because we're raising vibrations and elevating the salon experience and Healy gives us the opportunity to support these people that we've grown to love and deeply care for in a way that brings alignment back to the mind, body, and spirit as a whole. We're day makers, and it's awesome. So just a few tips that I wanted to share throughout my Healy experience. 1, release your limiting beliefs. You will be judged by people in your life no matter what it is you're doing. I was judged by some of my closest friends, but I didn't let it stop me from doing what feels aligned for me and my purpose. Also, release the feelings of, I don't know enough to talk about this yet. If you've tried Healy and it's done something for you, you have a story to tell. One of my first sales, when I knew absolutely nothing about Healy, I had a client come in for a hair extension install, and she saw my Healy and asked, "What's that?" My response was, "I don't really know, but it's supporting me with my sleep." And she's like, "Oh, that sounds cool. Can I try it?" And so I let her try it, and then she had me return her hair extensions so that she could also go get a Healy. So you just never know. Tip number 2, read the room. Let your intuition guide you. Unless I feel someone is definitely not interested and not ready to listen to what I have to say, I talk to almost every single person about Healy. And if they show interest, I always offer a resonance analysis. So I hand them my iPad and then the printed book of the Healy descriptions, and then I just guide them through the process. This way, I'm still able to continue their hair service simultaneously. So ultimately, I'm just adding value to their hair appointment. And after we talk about their analysis, I always suggest they try the microcurrent and or the scalar wave frequency programs, whichever resonates most, and also depending on how much time we have. But in my experience, most people are really excited to try it. So what you choose to charge is totally up to you. Where I live, no one understood or even really knew what frequency was. So I've been taking the time to show them. And now that I'm seeing people come from out of state for Healy and sliding into my DMs, wanting to try it, I'm at a point where we've started to add Healy services into the menu and have that energetic exchange. Tip number 3, don't be afraid to experiment. 2 weeks ago, I added a Healy service into our price menu for clients to schedule a scalp massage and resonance analysis, where we are able to spend less time on hair and put more of the focus on Healy. And so far, I've had several clients book this service, so we're starting to bring in more money on a regular basis. Whereas before, I wasn't charging anything. I was just taking the time to introduce Healy into our community. It's kind of like watering a little baby seed and watching it grow into something beautiful. Tip number 4, buy extra sticky electrodes so you can give your guests a clean pair. I need to take my own advice. And when it comes to the wires, it's usually not necessary here at the salon to run the wires through your clothes during your hair appointment, but I always let clients in on that little secret because it just makes your daily tasks easier. And then I also mention the coil because utilizing frequency wirelessly is so convenient, but that doesn't mean you should neglect the microcurrent. I always have to tell them that too. Tip number 5, don't let the price scare you, especially if you're interested in looking to elevate your business. You will make your money back and so much more. Just from sharing a tool that supports people and brings them back into alignment, it's almost as if you're creating this like VIP-ish experience that adds incredible value to your business. It's 100% worth every single penny, in my opinion. So thanks again for having me. I look forward to helping other like-minded business owners invest in Healy and just experience the magic of frequency. You can follow along on our journey as a frequency salon at Forest and Maine. And then my other hair page is Hair by Rochelle Shope.
What to say? Great ideas, great female entrepreneurship. So happy to have you in our community, Rochelle. And we also wish you a lot of success and lots of happy and, of course, good-looking clients. And now, last but not least, we have Fernanda Parra-Chico. Our Healy World member and Vice President, Fernanda is a sought-after designer of rituals and rites of passage for women. She is a mama of 3, originally from Guanajuato, hopefully I said that right, from Mexico, and she guides women into their power by helping them through soul work. Let's hear from her.
Hi, my name is Fernanda Parra and it's an honor to be here. I am a Healy Vice President on a path to President. And aside from my weavings with Healy, I'm also a sacred feminine and rites of passage guide and mentor. I hold ceremony and ritual space online and in person for those important life transitions of a woman's personal and family life. It's inner work and it brings me great joy. Before coming into this soul work, though, I was, believe it or not, a human rights attorney. I worked with immigrants, women, and children primarily. And the work had landed me at the Inter-American Court of Human Rights based out of Costa Rica. And I had climbed that ladder of external success, but I wasn't truly happy. It was then that I began an internal quest. I became a yoga instructor and I started to go to what I call church, the Sunday Temazcal or sweat lodge. My life radically changed in that period of time right before motherhood, and it was what some would call a rewilding period. I attuned myself to the natural world, tapped inwardly into a new level of spirituality that I had not yet explored. And the work that I do now came as a soul calling in this rewilding process. It was the Healy itself that actually came to me in this process as I was discovering my authentic voice and greater work in the world, which was to begin teaching and bringing rites of passage back for women. I work with the layers of archetypal maturation that we go through in life. And the Healy is perfect for that. So archetypes are informational fields of influence that move through the realms of the unseen. And as human beings, our soul, I believe, is always evolving, going through these deeper processes of maturation. So to have a tool like the Healy, a sacred tool that exists and helps us bridge into these layers of the unseen to see more clearly, it's amazing. As a spiritual and highly intuitive woman, I have found that these sorts of sacred tools really matter. So my work is inner work. And inner work, in essence, is rebirth work. It's learning to step into a new self after leaving the old. And if used wisely, the Healy is the greatest aid for that. Working with the quantum tool is learning to work with the unseen, to be in greater dialogue with mind, body, spirit, soul, right? So how do I use the Healy to help me do this quote unquote inner work? I use the Blue app mostly. Actually, I can't say that. That wouldn't be true. I use both apps, but the Blue app I use very often. At least 2 times a day. In the mornings when I wake up, I use that coach app to set intentions. I ask, what am I working through today? What is my North Star? What is my objective for the day? And it also helps me ask these deeper questions so that I know I'm always evolving into the greatest version that I can be. And it helps me be my greatest ally as I walk through those harder things. It's a great tool. And I also like to set moonly intentions on the new moon with my Healy. The new moon is the perfect time to be setting these greater intentions, because as the moon waxes in the sky, we can see our intentions come into greater fruition. And I also set intentions for my team, my Healy team, and people that I'm working with, that I run and facilitate for them. For my own personal use on that pink app, I really, really love the Coherence program, the Positive Thoughts program, and the Bed Rest programs. Our body always needs a little bit more rest, right? And as a mother of 3, I find myself using those stress and exhaustion programs often. I also really like having the coil. It makes it easier to run the programs more often when I'm doing tasks around the home, for example. But it's the soul and the natural cycle programs that when I use them, I feel such an internal shift. If you're all about the inner work too, those programs are a must. Oh, and also, when I work with my clients, I use the Healy to support their transformation and rebirth process too. I truly believe that we can only go so far up the ladder. That ladder, it extends only as tall as the roots are deep. So it's doing that work at the roots that I feel really helps with these deeper transformations and rebirths. And the Healy is a perfect tool for that. And yes, it's a perfect tool for the outer stuff too. The studying and fitness programs. I use all of them. I lean on all of them. But it's those mental wellness programs, the soul programs, the natural cycle programs that I feel have benefited me the most. I'm so happy to be here in this community, to have found like-minded souls of a similar resonance, to be spreading these good vibes in the world in this way. It's not just the device itself that has helped me transform, it's the community too. Both are transformational tools.
Thank you so much, Fernanda. This was truly inspiring. And this is essentially what our Healy business is about. Inspiring people, connecting with great individuals in the community, learning from each other, and sharing Healy. Now we near the end of the stream and it's a giveaway time. So let me paint a picture of the prizes that are up for grabs. The grand prize is not just any device, but a Healy Resonance Plus edition and an exclusive new starter training with our very own Kai Schulmeier. This is really a golden opportunity, not only to get a Healy Resonance Plus, but also to understand better our Healy device and ask Kai in a private session whatever you want to explore more so you can get the most benefit out of it. And if that wasn't enough, the package rounds also with our Healy business merchandising package. So you have there a little bit of pens, a sleek notebook for your good ideas. There is also a USB stick and some more. But for those of you who already have a Healy, the prizes in this giveaway today also include 2 Healy coils, which, as you know, is a perfect combo to enjoy your Healy experience. So in order to win, as I already mentioned, just share Healy Horizon in your Instagram story and tag our official Healy World official channel. So basically, if you already didn't do it, now, after the show, after the stream is over, you do the screenshot of Healy Horizon. Simply, for example, take your favorite screenshot of your favorite speaker, put it in your Insta story, link it with our YouTube stream, and tag our company so that we can see it. And that's it. Participate, share the Horizon with your community, and these prizes could be yours. Well, this brings us to the end of Healy Horizon. Thank you all for being part of this journey with us, and don't forget to join us for the next live stream of Healy Horizon on October 16th, where we will be talking about beauty, skin, and confidence. Really great topic, and I'm looking forward to it. And until then, keep thriving, keep inspiring, and remember, with Healy by your side, you've got the world in your hands. Bye-bye, everyone.